Greetings all, welcome to WoW-To, Segment 5. This segment specifically deals with guilds. If you've missed any of the earlier installments, obviously click on the little annotation there at the top. It'll take you back. You can watch any of the episodes 1 through 4 and then come back. I promise we'll wait. Okay, now while they're gone, let's go ahead and go on and talk while they're not here. Now, you'll notice that Lopi looks a little bit different. By my, how he has grown. Actually, obviously, as you can see from the character portrait up in the upper left corner, that isn't Lopi. Now, Lopi is a fine starter character, but he does not have access to the kind of money that is necessary to create his own guild. And since that's what we're going to be talking about, is guild creation and joining existing guilds, I decided I would go with one of my almost embarrassingly old alts. This guy's about 4 years old, I guess, back before I stopped playing for a while. And it was basically me and a bunch of friends of mine from a nondescript video game company that we all used to work at, and we decided that we all wanted to, get together and play every now and again. So we formed this guild. And over the course of the years, ownership of the guild has changed hands. Now that I'm the guild leader, it's much easier for me to show you everything that can be done within a guild. So I decided to leave Lopi, back over in Thunderbluff, and I'll show you the stuff with Bolus. Now, when it comes to guilds, you basically have two primary options. You can either create your own guild, which can be a little bit expensive. It's like close to 11 gold, if not a little bit more, to start your own guild, all in all. And then the other option is to join an existing guild, which you can either join some guild that some friends of yours are running, or you can just kind of go it solo and try to find a guild that hopefully will survive all of these earthquakes. Now that you will hopefully find a guild that's a group of people that you will manage to become friends with and have a good time with. Now, just like we were talking about in the first installment of these videos, how to select the proper type of realm for the gameplay experience you want to have, guilds are very much the same way. There are many different kinds of guilds, and they focus on different things. Depending on what you want to do, will kind of determine what kind of guild that you wind up joining, or creating for that matter. One of the types of guilds there are like PvP guilds that all they do is either raid an opposing faction's capital city and continue to try to go in and absolutely slaughter everybody there and kill the ruler of that city, or they spend almost all of their time in battlegrounds, going for honor points and everything else. Or you could have a raiding guild that spends all of their time, or not all of their time, but a lot of their time going through, heroic mode dungeons, trying to get the best possible, gear for everybody that's, involved in playing. And they want to do 5, 10, 25-man raids on various difficulty levels and everything. And that can be an incredibly, intense and rewarding experience if you join a raiding guild. At the same time, there could be a leveling guild that, the whole purpose is for, new people to come in and have a group of people that, are really good at knowing how to level a character very quickly and very efficiently. You'll usually have people that are really good at specific, equipment loadouts and how exactly do what's the best kind of gear for this particular type of character and whatnot. And then, of course, you'll have social guilds, which they're just people that just want to hang out and have somebody to talk to while they're running around the southern tip of the continent trying to kill a bunch of hyenas or whatever it is they happen to be working on at the time. Any type of guild, is a good choice because it generally gives you a sense of camaraderie, people you can talk to about anything, really. With regard to the game and figuring out how best to make your gameplay experience what you want it to be. But let's say, for example, you wanted to create your own guild. Well, you would have to have at least 11 gold to be able to do this, and I'll show you why. When you get to a capital city, ask a guard where the guild master is, and they will point you to him. And when you get there, you say, hey, I want to create a guild crest, which is the symbol on the front of your tabard. Now here's the guild or the crest that we went with my guild way back when. And here you can alternate the logo on the thing. You can alternate the logo color. You can see it changing on the tablet right here. You can change the border around. You can change the color of the border, and you can change the background of the oh no, dude, no, pink is definitely not your color. Anyway, as you see, it would cost 10 gold to be able to do that, and no, I'm going to cancel out. I am not going to accept that because pink looks very bad on Bolus. The only time it only commits that 10 gold when you click accept. If you decide you don't like the look of it, you can always back out, go back in, and start over again. Once you've got the design you like, go ahead and click on how do I form a guild. You could register a guild charter, but not unless you have one yet. So you have to purchase a guild charter first, which will cost you another 10 silver. You type in the name of the guild that you want right there and hope that it hasn't been taken. And once you've done that, you click purchase, and you will basically get something that looks like a deed to a house. It'd be like a little rolled up scroll. And then you have to go out and get 4 people to sign your guild charter. Now, if you've got a group of friends that are trying to join the thing with you, that should be very easy. But otherwise, you may have to beg, borrow, and pay people to sign your guild charter for you so that you can get your guild formed. Now, once you have your signatures, you come back. You say, how do I form a guild? And you register your guild charter. At that point, your guild will come into existence. Happy birthday! And your guild button down here will finally activate. You can either click J or click this button, and this will open up your guild pane. This will show your guild crest right there. The name of your guild. Yes, we decided to name ourselves 2-Bit Horde. It was very, very funny at the time. And this shows which characters are currently online. As you can see down here, current members online are 1 out of 13. There are 13 members of this guild. I am the only one who has been on in over a year, which is why I chose this particular character to show you this stuff. If you click show offline characters, you see all the other characters who are in the guild. And we changed the view to guild status. You can see that I'm online. Narenya hasn't been on in a year. Actually, that's more than a year. It's probably more like a year and 10 months. Anyway, he's been offline even longer, 2 years. These are all minimums, minimum of 3 years for some of these people. Achievement points. The last time these people were online, there weren't any achievement points. They weren't even in the game yet. So that's why I'm the only one that has any. Professions. Well, there's nobody else on, but if there were, you can see that I'm the only one on who has alchemy and herbalism. If I think Jacko were on, I think he does engineering or making jewels and stuff like that. Whatever it's called, jewelcraft. He does that, I think. I don't know, I haven't talked to that character in a year or two, so can't really remember right now. Doesn't really matter. Anyway, so that's the roster tab down here. If you look on the info tab, if you come here, you'll be able to open up your calendar as we did before and create guild events. Just like that. You now have these 2 options. You can also change the message of the day from, whatever you want, and whenever people log in, it'll appear right there as soon as they log in. Guild information, you can leave further messages such as, guys, we need more money in the guild vault. Please donate more. You can add a member by clicking that, typing in their name, and clicking accept. It will send them an invitation, and they can either accept or decline. If you're going to invite someone into your guild, please make sure you talk to them about it first. Don't just throw an invitation at somebody because you think they look neat. That's really not very cool, and not only does it make you look bad, but it's entirely possible that the person who accepts might join your guild, go into the guild vault, take everything out, and leave and sell it all, and you lose everything. There are people like that in the world. If you click on view log, this shows you who's been promoted, demoted, who's been invited to the guild, who's been kicked out, blah 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 blah. Now, guild control. I'm going to swing the view out here because the opacity on that makes it very, very difficult to see. So I'm going to bring it out here so it's a little bit more easy to read. You have the various guild ranks. Now, when you first create your guild, you have definitely these top 3. You can create new ones by clicking here, and then you'll get a new slot which you can put the name in. You can change the name of all of these if you want to. You can reorder them here, and if you don't want specific ranks in there, you can delete them here. With rank permissions, these are what the different ranks are capable of doing. Officers are able to do just about everything. Now remember, this is just because this is the way we have it set up currently. This is the way this particular guild was set up. You can set it up any way you want to. Doesn't really matter. It's your guild, run it the way you want to. Veterans can talk and listen on the guild chat channel and withdraw up to 2 gold per day for repairs. Members can talk and listen and pull out up to 1 gold per day. And initiates can't do a damn thing other than listen and talk on the chat channel. And for some people, you might want to keep a probationary period when they first join the thing so that you can learn whether or not they can trust them. If they're people that you don't know. If it's someone that you know, then don't bother with that rank. Now, bank tab permissions. Now, once we go over to the bank, I'm going to go ahead and start running Bolus over there so that we can try to save some time. When you go into the guild vault, you will see that there are a certain number of guild tabs. And one of the things that you have here is whether or not they can update tab text. Now, I got myself stuck. There. So once you get in here, these big gold pots back here are the guild vaults. Now, if you click on them and open them up, this opens up the tab. Now, here's the guild tab. And you saw the thing that said, that talked about updating guild tab text. That's this tab down here. And this is basically where, if you have up to 6 tabs down the side, this is where you can put in text that describes what each tab is for. If you want to separate so that you only have like weapons on one, and you only have leather goods on another, and you only have herbs on one, and jewels on another, what have you. You can organize it any way you want to. You have the main guild bank tabs. This is where everybody in the guild can come in and they can deposit things so that everybody has a consolidated pool where they can pull things out as they need them. Maybe you have extra bits of cloth that you're not using, but somebody else is trying to level up their first aid skill and they need this cloth. You can dump it in and they can pull it out and you can make use of it. You can put in potions, meat, different pieces of metal and gems, recipes that you don't need but somebody else might. Whatever you want, you can put it in there. You just can't put in soul-bound items because you're the only one that can use them. On your log panel, this is whoever has deposited or withdrawn individual items. Money, exactly the same. Who withdrew or deposited how much, and then we already talked about the info tab. You can purchase new guild tabs for a rather exorbitant amount of money. The first guild tab is 100 gold, the second is 250, 500 for the third, and it continues to go like that. Now, if you wanted to chat on the guild chat channel, you can either click right here and select guild chat, or if you were, for example, in your just general talking thing, you can type /G and it switches automatically. As soon as you hit /G and space, it changes to the guild channel. You can also do a whisper. If you want to whisper something specific to a given person, you can switch to party chat channels. Individual cities have a general channel where you can discuss various things. There is also a trade channel which spans the entire spectrum of all the capital cities. So somebody can be here in Orgrimmar, go onto the trade channel and say, hey, I've got 20 Serenite bars for sale. Does anybody want them? Somebody in Orgrimmar, or rather this is Orgrimmar, somebody who's over in Thunder Bluff can hear that if they're on the trade channel because it transmits to all capital cities. So you've got a bunch of different things that you can do. And this kind of brings us to the end of segment 5 because I really don't know what else to talk about. Now, obviously, if I've forgotten anything, go ahead and drop me a comment and let me know. I'll try to think of something else and see if we can come up with a segment 6, but if I can't, I hope you guys have found something useful and educational out of any of this, and hopefully I'll talk to you guys again soon.